Hi, this is Aisha from the Girlfriend Manifesto and Society of Wild Hearts, and this is Megan North Shuford, and this is Girl Gang Hangout number 2. Megan is a transformational coach, and today we're here to talk about prosperity and to talk about our friendship and really the last 6 months of what we've been doing as a daily commitment for one another.
All right.
Yeah. So Megan, do you want to give a brief introduction of who you are and what you do?
Yeah. I'm Megan. Obviously, I'm a transformational coach based out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, but I work with folks across the country and sometimes internationally and supporting them to get clear on the vision for what they want and to bring that into being. So I'm really happy that we're here today, and I actually met Aisha through a mutual friend when I was planning a series of conscious co-creation house parties, and my friend was like, oh, you need to talk to Aisha, and I did, and now we're here, and it's been a really beautiful journey, and I'm so grateful for this time and connection to share with you all too what we have, just this really beautiful friendship, partnership process of co-creating our lives in support of each other too. So
yeah, and so for the last 6 months we have made a nearly everyday commitment. We both decided that we were going to meet every day to meditate or to just check in and be accountable to all the goals that we're creating. And the best way to say it is just she's my accountability partner, she is my prosperity partner, and she's my friend. So today we are going to interview each other about prosperity and really about what we've been doing for the last 6 months. So
it's going to be really fun. Okay.
Yes. So
yeah.
Megan,
yes,
we each have 3
Aisha.
questions for each other, and what I would like to know is, first of all, how do you define prosperity?
I define prosperity, the word vibrant comes to mind, actually, and thinking about prosperity as really being in flow, having what you want and need to create the life of your dreams. And that can manifest in terms of financial health and well-being, which I think people typically think of. Mm-hmm. But when I think of a prosperous life, I really think of dynamic and full relationships. I think of beautiful spaces and places in which to grow and create and explore and be connected to nature. And I really think of just that vibrancy of life and having like what you need to explore and grow and share with other people.
Yeah.
So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I want that life.
What about you? I know that I'm sort of like, we're supposed to have our 3 questions for each other, but I would really love to know.
I just thought this would be a good starting point, and really the way that Megan described it was so beautiful. And I think prosperity is having all you need in the moment, and that takes a certain mindfulness, that takes an awareness, that takes a practice, but it also takes a way to just have faith and know that what you need will come. And that's been a big thing for me right now, is just setting the intention and allowing things to rush in and then being aware that it's happening. And even if it doesn't look exactly like I planned, I feel like that's prosperity.
I really like how you said allowing things to rush in, because it points to how quickly things can change.
Yeah.
Like you could think of something as being a long-term goal, and then all of a sudden this opportunity shows up that brings exactly what you were wanting to create right to you, like immediately.
Yeah. I posted something the other day that says the future is happening one day at a time, and it's happening one moment at a time.
Yeah.
And we always think like, oh, I have to wait for this big thing to show up. But if you're aware enough, there's prosperity in each moment, and there's something for you to grab onto and to feel that support at all times. So I feel like that's prosperity for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Official question number 1.
Okay.
How has our prosperity partnership impacted your own prosperity in the past 6 months?
Ooh. I think for me, more than anything, is I've always wanted to have a meditation practice. And this saying yes to you when you said, hey, let's meet every single day, because we had been checking in once a week, sometimes more, and really almost every day, like via text or an email or something, but committing to you, and like I was just ready to commit to you and commit to myself to have this meditation practice. And so, wait, I lost the question though.
So the question is just how has this partnership impacted your own prosperity in your life?
Yeah, and so being mindful enough to say yes and then be in meditation has allowed me to see in a million more ways how prosperous I really am. And so gratitude has increased. And of course, like bottom line things like clients and money, all of that has gone up too. But I think just the person that I've become when saying yes to really my prosperity and what I want to bring in and making it at the top of my list instead of just like, it's something that I want and I'm just going to let it come when it wants. Just like focusing on it every single day has increased everything like tenfold. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, okay. So Megan.
Oh, next question.
Yes. Do you believe accountability is essential to dream development and why?
Ooh.
And I said dream development because I didn't want it to be so goal driven, like, you know, the steps along the way to the dream.
You know, for me it has been, and for the clients that I serve it has been, and I think that there's a real strength and like a synchronicity that can take place, almost like, what is it, like the sum is greater than the parts.
Yeah.
And so having an accountability partner in whatever form that is, I think really shifts the energy because it enables you to have the support you need. There are like ideas that have come, things that you have offered that I would not have gone to on my own, and so I've been so grateful for that. And I really like thinking about the co-creative piece. So it's not just that I have a dream and I'm going to do what I need to do to make it happen. There is so much more magic and success and opportunity for synchronistic things to take place in a really powerful way. So I do think that having an you said an accountability partner. And then, you know, I'm sure there are people who can like operate in a vacuum and they don't need anybody else. I don't know if that's actually true. But
it's not.
Yeah. But I am not one of those people, and the majority of people that I interact with don't show up in that way. Yeah. So, yeah, accountability is huge to know that you've got that external force to balance that internal vision is really, really key.
Yeah. So, and one thing that I love about it is I've been thinking about where two or more are gathered. And so when the two of us come together, we stoke each other's flame. And that has been a big deal for me to find someone who is committed and like, I don't want to say weird.
We're weird.
But, you know, as committed as we are to our dreams and talking about them in the present tense and doing all of these exercises that I think many people either desire, find weird, I don't know. But to me, it's just been like someone to stoke my flame and be like, you've got this. And that's huge when you're trying to accomplish anything. And just like the energy and the fire that we build together, and then we can go out in the world and disseminate that. And whether it's working on something that we're working on together or separate, it doesn't matter. Just having someone and someone to kick your ass when they need to, and someone to be really nice to you when they need to. So I think it's been key to like take myself not only to the next level, but just to like bust through so many levels at once. So
yeah, and for those of you that are watching, I feel like if you don't have someone in your life that's like that you should definitely put yourself to task of figuring out who that could be, because I guarantee there's, you know, at least 5 people in your life that could serve this role. Yeah. And Aisha and I actually didn't know each other for very long before we started this, and I feel like the way in which we know each other and the intimacy that we've created in terms of like deep support and from that place of sisterhood and just like being to being of what is it that you want and what can I do to support and bring that into focus in whatever way. And what I've really loved about the accountability piece is like sometimes I can get really focused on like the goal and what I need to do, and sometimes feeling guilt and shame for not doing all the things that I need to do to make it happen. And you have been and then other times I'm like totally lost in that place of like, let's set our intention and be open to receive. And so sometimes when I'm like too focused on like the hard, pieces and make it hard. You've been such a beautiful presence to bring me back, to remind myself and to be in greater harmony with the element of I don't have to have it all figured out. And as much as I can like know that and share that with my clients and people that I work with, we all get out of balance. And to have someone that can sort of mirror and support you and bring you back to a place where you're going to be able to really see what's happening is awesome. So thank you. Yeah. Okay. What was the most surprising thing that came out of this partnership and experience that through this journey we've been on?
For me, it's been how much I've been able to play with my creativity and how just like on board Megan was. One experience in particular, I had talked to another healer friend and she was like, it's time to release some anger. But I was like, I don't feel angry. And so I set an alarm on my clock for the next day to tell me to like release this anger. And so it came and I was like, I'm not feeling that angry. I'm not going to do it. And I was at my computer busy writing stuff and I started to feel just like a tiny bit of frustration. And I was like, okay, that's good enough. And so I went and put the Violent Femmes on and I just closed my eyes and I just like danced it out. And I remember thinking, I'm going to invite Megan to a blindfolded conversation. So I just like, did I text you? I don't remember. I just said, do you have a scarf? I didn't tell her exactly what it was, but she just never skips a beat when I want to play in a different way. And for me, it's just been all these exercises to get out of my logical mind because I can tend to like spin my wheels. Anything to keep me away from the most powerful part of myself, which is my heart. I found that my subconscious will like kick into action and not let me do that, not let me access this part. And so it's been fun to just really play and have this like endless well of creativity and then have someone who's just like on board to be like, yeah, like what's next? What are we going to do? Like come to this interview with no panties on?
There's this level of trust too. You know what I mean? And like, moving on.
Okay.
So,
it's me.
Yes.
For you. So, in conclusion for my last question, although we can keep riffing, what is one thing someone can do to be more prosperous today?
I think setting your intention and then a tool, an activity that I've experienced from a variety of different avenues and ways, but is to track. Like keep a daily journal and a log of things that are happening that are showing you that your prosperity is increasing.
Oh, what'd you call it? Are you ready to do that?
Yeah, track the magic. So tracking your magic on a daily basis.
Hashtag.
Yeah. And we're working on creating a journal and a way to share that with people. So that's why Aisha gave me that little nudge. But tracking the magic is really about honoring what's coming in and expressing gratitude and being open to just seeing what's ready and here for the next day. So a tool that someone could do is to just grab a journal or create a Word document or whatever it is that you use to do your stuff. And each day commit to tracking the magic of the prosperity. You can think about it as tracking the data, tracking the evidence that prosperity is here or it's coming. And this can really happen in a variety of different ways. It could be that someone spontaneously reached out to you to speak at an event that's going to support you in developing your business or your project or whatever it is. It could be that you found a quarter on the side of the road. It could be that you experienced a spontaneous gift or windfall of $10,000. It could be that a potential client, if you run your own business, said no, and they told you no, and you knew it was a no, so you could move on into the action to find the next yes.
It could also be as subtle as waking up in the morning in a good space because you set an intention the night before when normally you wake up feeling flustered. So it can be like, it can just be like an inner subtle magic because once you're open to that, then you'll start to see all of the lovely examples that you gave.
It could be a beautiful walk in the woods with a friend.
Yeah. We did a lot of
that. Dun, dun.
Wait, there was something I wanted to say about that. Oh, an exercise that I would recommend, I'm just going to answer my question too,
Good.
is find 5 of your friends, three to 5 of your friends, and ask them what your magic is. Ask them what they see in you, and you have to be vulnerable enough to ask. You can email, you can send a text, and see what comes back. I think it might lead you in a direction, especially if you're wondering what is my intention, what is my dream, what is my goal, where do I shine the brightest. That is a fun, vulnerable exercise to get you in a prosperous place.
And just from that place of being, if you're a meditator, invite yourself to just surround yourself with that energy of being prosperous and what that feels like, and allow your intuition to come through and to speak and to share what's one thing you can do today that's going to support your prosperity. Listen to that inner voice and that inner knowing, and then follow through on it. Because if you listen and you don't follow through, it doesn't always do the thing.
No.
So, yeah, thank you. That's an awesome question. Yeah. Okay, this one is so funny. I have to laugh at myself because it's very what are 3, when I wrote it out, it's really concrete, but really it's what are 3 powerful truths that you discovered about prosperity in the past 6 months? Or just what have you discovered and uncovered that you would want people to be awake to?
3 powerful truths. One is that it's always available, and that it's actually not separate from you. We're like batteries that charge our own cells, so that power is always there. It's maybe an inner shift for you to be able to realize it. So it's always there. It's you. What other powerful things? It responds to how big you want to be. So if you make a bold, big move, even if you think of it as a failure, it creates ripples, and it's going to come back to you in that sort of same seismic experience. And so, whenever I'm feeling super brave, even just this, I know that this is going to create a ripple because we were both nervous about it. I know that anytime that I do feel excited and ready, fear, that's where I should go. And so when I play big, it plays big.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I would add to that, what has been a wake-up call for me is that since we've made this commitment, it's been happening. Record-breaking months with income. I'm flying round trip to Europe for $246. I got this amazing ticket and experienced this beautiful story around how that happened. And yet I still find myself sometimes leaning back into that place of fear or scarcity, now that I've had more, that I still sense that sense of lack at times. And so I'm just being honest about the reality that that's going to happen, and what can really support you. Having an accountability partner, number one, has supported me in stepping back into that, but also just laughing with myself at times and being oh, you're doing that thing, or that pattern's presenting itself, and moving deeper into whatever I need to do to release that pattern and to just be in a place of being with the prosperity. So meditating and bringing that energy in about what does it feel like, what does the energy around prosperity mean to you, and just really letting yourself step into action. So it's not that you have to struggle to get there, it's just more you wake up to it and realize what's right here and what's available. And my desire to do this is really because I want to support and liberate folks in their ability to consciously co-create what they want to create, that's going to have a positive impact on the world. And so this work really comes from, I think sometimes there can be, for me at least, a pattern or a history of not talking about wealth, or wealth isn't a spiritual thing, that comes that piece, that one slice of prosperity, and realizing that the abundance piece, and that this earth was created to feed and nourish us and provide us with water, and that our bodies are doing these incredible things on a cellular level, at all times, without us having to consciously tell ourselves what to do. but it's there. And so this idea of opening up to a universe.
It's still going.
Oh, I just went to screensaver mode. So that that it's really okay to trust and to remind yourself of what is possible and to step into that energy of being.
Yeah.
So.
And remember that you are the surfer. There's the waves of life and the times when you're like picking at things. That's not you. That's just the wave. Like you're the surfer. Ride the wave. Be prosperous. Be lovely. Be loving. Have the fun.
Yeah.
Do all the things. So thank you for watching. I think we'll be back together doing this again at some point because it was fun.
Definitely, and would love to hear your questions. If you watch this and something comes up for you, feel free to reach out and get in touch with us via Facebook or...
It's Megan North Shuford, Making Life Amazing. She's got a website. She's on Facebook. And, of course, the Girlfriend Manifesto is on Facebook. You know where to find me.
Yeah, megannorthshuford.com, MEGANNORTHSHUFORD. Bye. We love you.